you cannot change them. Now he is crying. Well, I feel sorry for him. And he appealed to my lawyers to help him. I signed and told them that they should go help him. Let us know the truth. Let us know the truth. Is it true that Marafa embezzled the money? Is it true that $31 billion were stolen from the coffers of the Cameroon government? And these monies never went through Parliament for the debates, for us to know that we want to buy a presidential jet for the president or for the states, because it's a jet for the state of Cameroon. It is Parliament that should debate on this. We budget for it. But monies came from nowhere. And some smart people embezzled the money. If it's Marafa, he will pay dearly for. But if Marafa is being accused falsely because he muted the ideas that he wants to stand as presidential candidate, Cameroonians will know, because I've sent capable and able lawyers to defend him. I am sending these lawyers because of the nuance that Marafa is being accused because he wanted to stand as presidential candidate. That aspect of it has to be clarified. As I said before, if he embezzled, he has to go in for. But if they accuse the first person that wanted to stand as presidential candidate challenge Mr. Biya, he's locked up. A second one that they were saying in the clouds, they lock him up. Then we have to find out where the truth is. Is it true that this man embezzled? Or is it because he nursed political ambitions? So is Cameroon a place where we will not nurse political ambitions? So that's why we're making sure that our lawyers participate. Marafa has explained everything in his letters, how he reads elections, how he cheated the SDF, how he cheated on me. He, Marafa, told the world that in a press interview, looking at the camera as I'm looking, that the upheavals of 2008, it was Fru Ndi who went to Douala prisons and got a hardened criminal and tore this country, destroyed properties. I want Cameroonians to take note of this, that my politics is clean politics, and I want to give credit where it is due. If Marafa needs support, I will support him. I will not blackmail him the way he blackmailed me. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I think that I'm a leader of the people, and if I start punishing people because they smash my toes, now it means when we are in government, we do worse things with the people that have hurt you along the way.
Thank you once more, Your Excellency. Besides Operation Sparrow Hawk is a famous CONAC.
CONAC, I must be frank to say that I have not studied their constitutions or their laws to know what they are supposed to do. But it is CONAC that has collected the 1.5 billion that is alleged to be collected. And CONAC uses that 1.5 billion to pay themselves. Then, where is the profit of Cameroonians? Was CONAC put in place to help Cameroon, or also to have a channel to have their own to chop? I mean, I want to know exactly what CONAC is doing.
Yeah, in fact, now, what Your Excellency,
You see how to document
when will the National Congress of Legislators?
Our convention will take place in October. And during this, it's an ordinary convention. You are all invited, and we are inviting Cameroonians of goodwill, where we'll be doing elections to choose the leadership of the party. People have always asked me, oh, Mr. Chairman, will you stand again? I've not been standing because I want to stand. I've been standing because Cameroonians have chosen me. And the SDF is the only party that has permitted militants to challenge the leadership. I formed the party when people couldn't talk. Others form parties behind me and they tell you that nobody can challenge us. But you know that we are going now in our 8th convention. And I think we've had about 6 or if not 7 conventions where we've had to choose the leadership. People have challenged me. Even challenging me on the presidential candidacy, we allow them to do that. So if today we are going into another convention, it's an elective convention. If I know the ambitions to stand, I have to stand with people who want to challenge me. If for some reason I cannot stand, I'll come back to the press when the time is coming up.
Thank you, Excellency, for taking up some of your precious time to talk to African Media.
Once more, I want to thank African Media for all the investigative journalism that they're doing, spending money.
But it would just be appropriate here for me to just chime up from this for visual conformity.
I had to leave all this to come meet you because of the sacrifices that you are making. If, for instance, you leave Yaoundé to Bamenda, I should be able to leave Wu so that we'll be somewhere to talk issues that are affecting this country. And I do hope that you will show this for Cameroonians to have an understanding of what we're thinking and what we think we should do together. I invite Cameroonians of goodwill should stand firm now or never for us to help shape this country. God bless you.
Papa, we are just from listening to you there on very important issues concerning the life of the nation and SDF. Number one, Marafat issue. Do you have anything to correct from what you just said or to add?
I don't think I have anything to correct or to add. It goes without saying that we've accepted our lawyers to defend Marafa and to investigate, let us know what is really happening in the Cameroon politics. And as we said, if Marafa is guilty, he should be punished. If Marafa is not guilty, well, then he should be set free. Let justice take its course. Because we know that in Cameroon, justice or whatever is bought and sold. So let justice take its course.
So Professor Kale is a lead man you sent, your shadow Minister of Justice.
Right.
You and him, you are in perfect agreement on that.
Right. He asked my opinion and sought my permission, and I gave.
And he still remains the shadow cabinet Minister of Justice.
Of course. Should I change him? If so, why?
A good point.
Outside being a shadow cabinet minister, he is a lawyer by profession. And when you ask whether he's still the shadow cabinet minister, are you telling me that my children who are medical doctors, if tomorrow they see somebody who's been my arch enemy,
like Paul Biya?
Well, I will not say Paul Biya is my enemy, is my opponent. We are disagreeing on issues, approach, and methodology of
governing Cameroon.
Governance. And they come across somebody who they know that this man, or maybe this man killed my father or my mother, and the man is there needing medical attention. You will tell them not to because they are Fru Ndi's children, and this man didn't like Fru Ndi.
Good point.
Let us look at it from that angle.
Good point. With SDF, I just had some videos. I don't know whether I would find time. I was in Kumba, and I went to the street. I had some videos. People were raising points. Militants of SDF, with respect to the party, I wanted to preview that with you, and maybe from there we could have some chat. But to summarize the spirit, what about this little current running around about youth being asked to give the mantle? The mantle of leadership.
Within
SDF.
The mantle of
yes,
leadership.
To the youth for leadership.
You see, there's some sort of misunderstanding. Politics is not anarchy. When you say youth, the SDF is the only political party that send youth to council as mayors, send youth to parliament. We have youths in the structures of NEC, and they're there learning. We're debating, discussing together, and they're growing. But when you have politicians from other political parties, all the youth should take over. Have you educated these youths? Have you trained them?
Good point.
When I go to Europe to meet people of other political parties, you are meeting an elderly man, you see a young man near that elderly man. 3-4 years thereafter, you come, is that young man we are meeting. That young man has studied, he knows. You are telling me that I should just go along the streets and somebody who makes a very good statement and people clap already passes as a leader, can lead the youths and all the like. The SDF has taken time to bring up youths, and that's why you see we didn't do it the way the CPDM did it. Oh, youth wing, women's wing, men's wing. We had a party where the men, the women, the youths were together, and as we have been debating, and they are following debates, participating, making their own contributions, they are coming up. When we went to Parliament for the first time in 1997, the youngest parliamentarian was from the SDF, as well as the oldest parliamentarian, Letra, was from the SDF. Some of the young Njong, Mayor Njong in So, or Tosam in Bello here, these are young men who were below 40 when they went to the councils. At about 50, they are good mayors, mature and respected. So we believe in sending the people through the tunnel. You refine them and they come out mature. You do not just jump, oh, youth, they should take over.
Yes, one other point.
And Fru Ndi should hand over the mantle. Mm-hmm. I think what I want to tell you is that most of you are very frightened of Fru Ndi. And you think that if we can get him out, you can corrupt, sell, and buy the SDF at will. But I've never refused challenges. I've never refused competition. I've never refused going in for elections where they should choose. But just to say hand over. If I were to act like the other political parties, I would not have a convention where people will sit down to choose. The CPDM is how many years old? Have they ever chosen somebody to compete with Mr. Biya? Anybody who moves such an idea goes off. Look at Aya Paul. Look at this man from Sancho. The man who's in a contest dealing. Mila Suto. All these are people who muted ideas of challenging Biya, and he threw them out.
They are in France now, on exile.
They are in France. Why should they run to France? How many people? Benmuna from nowhere came to challenge me. I gave in. Tabi Singh from France was staying in France doing his job, studying, came overnight that he wanted to challenge Fru Ndi. Took a boat at Hilton in Yaoundé, was giving food there, come and brought French people to come.